Today's episode of The Mom Game is presented by our friends at Gateway Buick GMC. I know that buying a car can be stressful, but not at Gateway because their slogan is, Gateway's got it. And just what does that mean? Well, it means Gateway's got a wide selection of new Buicks, GMCs, and GM-certified used vehicles, all competitively priced. Gateway's got it. In these busy times, you want a car dealer who makes things easy and convenient. Well, guess what? Gateway's got it. When you log on to gatewaybuickgmc.com, look for the Shop, Click, Drive button. This allows you to shop from the comfort of your home, and who doesn't want that? In fact, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. 1, select your vehicle. 2, create your offer. 3, schedule your delivery. And on top of all this, Gateway Buick GMC offers complimentary car washes for life. So when you want a dealer who has it all, Gateway's got it. You can find them online at gatewaybuickgmc.com or shop in person at LBJ and Jupiter. GMC, we are professional grade. Experience the new Buick. And welcome into the Copa Studios for episode 221 of The Mom Game. I'm Emily Jones. She is the birthday girl. Julie Dobbs, it's your birthday.
It is. Thank you, Emily.
It's your birthday
I'm
in the
excited
Copa
to have a birthday.
Studio. I feel like, okay, should we introduce our guest first?
Sure.
Yeah, I think so. So in honor of your birthday, we invited your bestie to come on the show.
Bestie's here. Julie.
I'm so excited. So this is Jessie, also
Hi.
known as Julie's bestie. So we're going to get to know you, Jessie, and we're also going to get to know a little bit more about Julie that maybe we don't know quite yet.
Uh-oh.
I have lots of questions for you.
I bet you do.
So yeah, I'm excited that you're here. Thank you for being with us, Julie. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
I'm going to open this
Okay.
Copa Prosecco so we can enjoy your birthday in a proper
Let's do it.
fashion.
I know.
I brought you some bundt cakes.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
This is the best way to spend a birthday. When we were like
I
doing our
know.
schedule, it's like, oh, that's my birthday. And I was like, wait a second. That's my birthday. We can have a mom game show. Like, what else would I want to be doing besides sitting here with you and then now Jessie and then having champagne, and you brought bundt cakes. So no, this is awesome.
So fun.
And her birthday was May 16th. We're 19 days apart.
Okay.
So it's kind of a post.
Not that you're counting.
Yeah. We've been counting since we were little girls.
Okay. This is what I can't wait.
Yeah.
Like how long you guys have known each other.
Yeah.
I know, let's get to some like business first.
Yes.
I know we have things that we need to discuss, and Jessie, you are welcome to chime in. At any point in time. I'm gonna pop some Prosecco right fast. So where should we start? Let's get business out of the way so we can have fun.
Yeah, so let's talk about what you're popping.
What? Okay. Well, we're popping Copa Prosecco.
Yeah, we're poppling Copa
Poppling?
Prosecco and our poppling. We're poppling.
Jeez, did y'all have some beverages on the way?
You
or-
would have thought.
I'm just kidding.
We missed the exit.
Okay, ready?
Yeah. Ready? We're popping Prosecco.
Happy
Yay!
birthday, Julie.
Yay!
Thank
You.
Yes.
Thank you.
Should we
And
sing
thank you,
happy
Coppola.
Yes.
So Jessie, this is our amazing wine partner here on the Mom Game, and they have the naming rights to our glorious studio here. So it's the Coppola Mom Game Studio, and this is one of my favorites. I love the Prosecco.
I love Coppola.
Ash, I didn't get you a glass. You need to go get one.
But they were also the official wine of the Charles Schwab Challenge back at the Colonial Country Club in this past May. And we saw them out there. They were all over the place. They supplied all the wine at this golf tournament.
Yeah, super nice.
That is a really fun golf tournament. That's super big deal here in town. They support charity that Emily's a president of, the Do It for Durrett Foundation, and they're just really awesome people, and we love working with them. Francis Ford Coppola Winery, Geyserville, Sonoma County, California. Please drink responsibly.
And cheers.
Cheers.
ladies.
Cheers.
Oh, so we're away.
Cheers.
There you Thank
okay,
you.
cheers. Everybody take a little sip.
Happy birthday to Julie.
Thank you.
Happy birthday to Julie.
39 is a weird number.
She caught
is it
up with
39?
I'm 39.
I'm 8 years older than you. It's so ridiculous.
I know. I know. You
I was in 3rd grade when you were born.
you have been 8 years older than me, and you will always be 8 years older than me.
It's true.
And every time we talk about my birthday, you say this.
This is true. I just feel like maybe at some point in time you're going to catch up. Like, hey, is it this year?
Every time we talk about my age or your age, you do this. You're like, I am 8 years older than I'm like, we know, yeah.
Okay.
But it doesn't even matter.
It doesn't, does it?
No, it doesn't matter. My next door neighbor has the same birthday as me, and she is 1 year older than you. And like, she's one of my favorite people. You're one of my favorite people. I was telling her, I was like, I like older
people.
I like people that are a lot older than me.
Old people can be fun
I like
too.
Jessie, and I like you, and I like her, and like y'all are my 3 friends.
You've got 3. I've only got 4, so it's okay.
Isn't that how it's supposed to be?
Yes.
You only have a few really good.
I know.
I think
yeah.
that's all you really need.
Okay, let's talk a little sports before we dive deeper into young Julie and her sweet friend Jessie. Let's talk a little sports, and I had to put on my readers to talk about
Oh, I'm getting so excited.
Tylock-George because that is where we are headed next week.
Yep.
We're both getting eye surgery because I'm old. I have to have 2 eye surgeries, one eye at a time. Young you gets to just have 1 LASIK, but we're super excited
here, Jessie.
to
I'm old
partner,
everywhere else.
I know, to partner with Tylock-George. They're the first in Texas to use the Wavelight Refractive Suite and a leading provider in the nation for Contour Vision LASIK, which is what Julie is getting. So they're just so incredible as far as how thorough they are. Tylock-George is where I actually got my LASIK 17 years ago, and as you get older, then shit starts to wear down. And so my eyes are wearing down, but they have a solution for me where I can ditch these things. I can ditch the no-line bifocals. I'm not going to have contacts, glasses, readers from now on. And I am so incredibly excited about it. So they are the official eye care providers of the Texas Rangers. So it makes sense for us to be working with them. Dr. George has performed tens of thousands of cataract and LASIK procedures and is widely regarded as one of the most skilled eye surgeons in the country. So we will definitely be in good hands. Excited to work with Tylock-George. And not only are they good at what they do, but they're also charitable in giving back. And that's obviously important to them. And it's important to us and our partners to highlight these things. And on June 12th, they have what's called the Love in Sight program, which is where Dr. George performs 10 free surgeries for people in need, which is super cool. So that's the day after we have our surgeries on the 11th. Then on the 12th, he's going to give 10 people who need it free surgery. So really cool. We're super excited to work with Tylock-George. It is. It is. I mean, who do you think will be more high maintenance, you and I, or the 10 people who are getting free surgery? I'm guessing it's going to be us. So yeah, we're going to document it every step of the way. Super excited to get rid of these and not have to worry about it and do this and forget what I'm doing. I was working on our rundown last night and I was trying to watch television and I was typing and I'd be like that and then I'd look up at the TV and I'd be like, oh dear, and then I'm like, okay, and I gotta look and then I went down.
That's so annoying.
It's awful.
And then you get up and walk somewhere and probably set them down and then
the dog
go
chews
back
them
to
up.
the TV.
Yes, it's just
Yeah, I'm
Uncle.
excited
I'm over
too.
it. I'm over it.
Did you know I'm doing that, Jess? Getting LASIK.
I remember you talking about
Yeah.
it. I didn't know it was scheduled.
So
You have
Tylock-George,
perfect eyes. Have you ever had LASIK?
No, I can see.
and you have good vision.
She's one of those.
You're lucky.
Well, it's a tiny bit off, but the doctor said from his mouth, not enough to do anything.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just wait till you turn
Yeah.
40. Shit starts breaking down.
It's a countdown.
Just warning you.
It's my last year.
Just warning you. Just kidding. Okay, and don't forget we have an exclusive code. It's tylock.com/TMG. That will get you a discount on your procedure. So again, super excited. Tylock.com/TMG. Can't wait to bring you all that good stuff next week when we get our eyes fixed. Okay, sports stuff, Julie. Swamp-wamp. Stars are done.
Swamp-wamp. Yeah,
I was going to say stars, and then I went to womp. Swamp-wamp. Really should be no swamps involved. It's just womp-womp.
I love Swamp-wamp though.
Well, maybe that's the title of
I
the
was
show.
thinking it could
Swamp-womp.
be Swamp-wamp birthday.
I
Swamp.
feel like that means you need to take a shower.
Yes. Have you ever heard of swamp ass?
Yes.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
kind of what it makes me think
Dude,
of.
can I
Swamp
tell you
wamp.
that like I was in a perpetual state of swamp ass when the Rangers played outdoors? Like it would just be middle of summer, and I'm like, I'm just disgusting.
Oh.
Just
So what do you, how
living
do you
in
define
swamp
swamp ass?
swamp, like just when you're sweaty AF and like your crotch is sweaty, your every it just it has nowhere to go. So like if you're sitting
Yeah.
down, everything just drains down and you're like, well, there it is.
Is that
My
how you
swamp
define
ass.
it, Jessie?
I think you either have to embrace that and be okay in that
Oh, yeah.
moment, or
Uh-huh.
you're miserable. So just embrace it. I had it at my wedding.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Swamp ass at your wedding? You know
Yeah.
what? I did too. What am I talking about? The
Yeah.
humidity was like 850%.
We chose August. I chose the largest dress you could find, and it was indoor outdoor, and that's equals
I
swamp.
don't
ass
remember
wedding dress.
you having swamp ass at your wedding.
Well, you
I
would
would've
know.
helped you.
It was under the dress.
Yeah.
I would have
I
wiped
was
it.
the only one that knew.
Whoa. Why, this is a...
Oh my!
I
It's quite
wasn't
the
your maid of
friendship.
honor. She has a sister, so she was the maid of
Yeah.
honor. I was just like a wannabe maid of honor.
This is quite the friendship.
She was my maid of honor.
Yeah,
But I would have wiped your swamp ass at your wedding.
it's okay. I
If you
made
made me my. If you made me your maid of honor.
Yeah.
So
She's still...
if-
Do you sense that maybe she's still harboring a little bit of resentment?
You know, I
Over
think
this?
about that. I feel I do. Maybe
Whoa.
I should have had two.
Jen didn't
Although
wipe your ass.
Jen, Jen was a great maid of honor,
Jen's the best.
but
She is a
yeah,
wonderful
we went from womp ass or womp what?
Yeah,
What?
womp
Swamp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
We
what we
went
do
to
here.
my wedding.
That's what we do
This
here.
is what we
Um,
do here.
But yeah, I think I was the only one that knew, and then probably David later that night. So
Oh, hey now.
do
He
a
got
little
in
cleanup.
there.
Clean up the swamp ass,
He,
please.
he took care of it.
He doesn't care. He's married to it now. That's all, his only option.
That is hilarious.
Oh man.
Okay,
Yes.
well, this show is off to a bang.
Swamp-wamp is right.
Yeah.
The Dallas Stars are
but
done.
Womp womp, the
Yes.
stars are done.
Womp.
I know it's sad, and I was that last couple of minutes of Game 6, like I was like, they could do this, they could do this. They pulled the goalie, and I don't know about hockey that much, you know this, but I was like, God, they're so close right there. Just
Yeah.
keep shooting it, guys. Keep shooting, and it didn't work out.
It didn't work. Yeah, that was a really. I mean, it's crazy because in that last few minutes, their whole season is on the line.
No.
So everybody's giving it everything they've got. In that game, it was like they gave up 2 power play goals, I think, like pretty early in the game,
Yep.
and then they couldn't do anything else the rest of the time. But they were playing so well, and they got 35 shots on goal.
I know.
And it's just like a heartbreaking way for their season to end. And I know that this team felt like they had the group that could win a cup
Yeah.
all season long. I mean, in the running for the President's Trophy, like the best record in the whole league. You have guys like Jamie Benn that are just overdue to
Yeah.
hoist the trophy, and that you want to see win it. And Joe Pavelski, I just saw he's done. He's not going to
Oh.
play next season. He's like a veteran leader on the team. He's old. I don't know, what is he? 39, 40. I don't know. No. He's over 40. He's like 41 or 42. But anyway, you just really wanted it for this group of guys. So that's sad. And then all the, locker room clean out media comes out, and hearing Tyler talk about it's just the hardest. It's just such a hard trophy to win.
Yeah.
Um,
It's got to be the hardest, right?
It's got to be the hardest, and it's like, man, and they knocked off some really good teams on the way to getting to the Western Conference Final. And I didn't know that Edmonton was like such a buzzsaw. I haven't been following Edmonton, and
Yeah.
but they're good. And those home games, their crowd was insane. They have some really good players. Connor McDavid, obviously, like one of the best on the planet to play the game, and now they're in the final along with Florida. I'm probably not going to watch. I don't know. Those two
I
teams
know.
aren't like super.
I don't think I'm gonna watch
sexy.
it.
I guess in Canada, it's Edmonton is sexy. But anyway, yeah, it's sad. The only compensation, I guess, here in Dallas is that the Mavericks are in the final.
They are. Okay, one question on the stars before we
Yes.
move on. So listen, and you can be honest or you can lie through your teeth. It's okay, because I realize it's going to be a heated question. So Kelly leaving last year,
Yeah.
there had to be some of him that's like, if they fucking haul off and win this, I've been there 17 years and they do it in my first year. I think, because I'm trying to put myself in that situation, and I'm obviously not a coach or a player. That if I would have like retired last year or the year before last, and then the Rangers haul off and win the World Series, I would be like, motherfucker. I mean, I'd be happy for them.
It's like John Daniels, right?
Yes, but I would be happy for them, obviously. But also there would be part of me that would be like, dang it, what did I do? You know, all that kind of stuff. So I don't want to say, is there a sense of relief, but to not have those regrets? Or has Kelly moved on? Was that more of a mid-season thought or I don't know. I mean, because I think he, like, for me, I would be, it's not like I'd be like, no, I don't want him to win. I'd be like, yes, yes, yes. And then be like, damn it, damn it, damn it. You know,
Yeah.
just being selfish, I guess, if I can say that. I don't know. People will probably crush me for that, but I'm just being honest.
No,
Human
yeah,
nature.
I think that's the human element. It'd be hard to say no that he wouldn't think that at all. That
Yeah.
he wouldn't be like, damn it, the year after I
know.
left. So yeah, there was a little bit of that, and it was hard for him to like he didn't sit and watch, and he wasn't glued to the TV for every game. Like it's like a weird feeling. He feels like he should be there. You know, I can't imagine. He watched so many games where that adrenaline's just flowing, and you're there, and then all of a sudden you're on your couch, and like your kids are running around, and and your wife's bitching at you about shit, and like while the game's on, you know. So he was in kind of a weird mental place for the last few weeks. So personally, I'm kind of glad that he can get out of that funk.
Yeah.
And I think there's maybe a little relief that wasn't the following year.
Right. And then now I think you think, okay, well, now I'm a year removed. Like it would
And
just get easier, you know.
Exactly.
And like
That
I said, it's
he
not
would have
saying
been.
he's, of course,
He would have been so happy, and
100%.
like Patrick, who took his job, who was his assistant, like Kelly trained him. Patrick, I think Kelly said he was like, I would give you my ring. Like,
oh, that's
just
sweet.
like, and Kelly wouldn't take it, and that wouldn't happen. But my point is that I think the people there that love and care about him would include him,
right.
even if that would have happened and there was a celebration.
Sure.
You know, like he would have been a part of it.
Yeah.
And that would have been great for him and fun.
Yeah.
And we wanted, like I said, really, I just wanted for Jamie Benn, and Tyler, but Tyler won a cup. He won a cup his rookie season in Boston.
Yeah, but you know
But
what?
still,
it's got to be for him. Like that would I don't want to put words in his mouth. I think that would, if he would have won the one this year, if he wins one next year, that one will pale in comparison.
It will.
To
You're right.
if he wins one now that
helped
knowing
bring this
you're
team all the way.
exactly, you've been
Yeah.
part of building something and
Yeah,
all that kind of
and
stuff.
hearing
Well,
his audio made me cry.
I
Tyler,
know,
I know, they're great
know.
guys, and
we
but
love
there's
you, Dallas Stars.
now they can go golfing.
I know. And then hopefully let's climb that mountain again next year. But yeah, it was a fun run. They were fun to watch.
It was really fun.
Yeah.
And in this whole city, with both teams playing, Jessie, like this far in the playoffs, the Stars
Yeah.
and the Mavs, it's like it's
can
just
only
been
imagine.
Great.
It's been so exciting and so fun.
Yeah. And now the Mavs get going.
Yes.
Mavs and Boston. Everyone seems to think Boston's got it, but
They're
I mean, that's why they play the game.
they've been the team to beat all season long.
Yes.
But I feel like this Mavericks team is different than they were early on in the season. And the people who are
100%.
all picking Boston maybe haven't been watching this team lately.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, the way they ended the season was ridiculous. the
Yeah.
Mavericks. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going to be fun. I mean, now everyone will be solely focused on the Mavericks, which will be fun. You'll have something to watch every other night. I hope it's a great series. I mean, I kind of just selfishly, I know if it were like the Rangers, I'd be like, sweep, let's go, get this done. But I think for just not because I'm not as attached to the Mavericks, I'm like, let's give me as much entertainment as you can. Like, give me
Yeah.
all the
Yeah.
games. Let's go game
Exactly.
7 and then win it in game 7.
It'll, especially if they don't win, like when it's all ends, it's going to feel like the biggest drought ever of sports
seriously.
excitement.
know.
Well, at least we'll have the Rangers.
And then the attention will turn to the Rangers.
And then the attention will turn to the Rangers.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm super excited for the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
And to see Luka. Like just seeing Luka in the Western Conference champs shirts or whatever,
know.
wearing that and the NBA Finals t-shirts and hat. I'm like, this is what everybody's wanting because we were worried he would leave if he didn't win here.
Yeah.
And that's like the biggest fear for every Mavs fan. So I'm like, okay, hopefully this is buying us
Some time
some time
with him. Yeah.
just to make it this far.
Well, it's going to be fun. We love you, Mavs. Good luck. And then once that's over, all the attention, like you said, will be on the Rangers. And then, of course, Cowboys off season. But for the Rangers, we're just kind of middling. That would be the best way to describe it. Been on an uptick recently and then dropped the opener against Detroit as we tape on a Tuesday. But they're just they're not clicking. They're starting to get healthier. And so they're just not clicking. And I'm not panicked, but there is some concern about the offense, I think, but I won't gauge where this team is offensively until Josh Young gets back in the lineup. I just think it changes the whole complexion. And I'm not saying he's like the MVP. He's not Corey Seager. He's not whatever.
No.
But he just changes the whole dynamic of the lineup. He's doing good. I think he's probably a couple weeks away, maybe like a week away from a rehab assignment, and then probably a good 7 to 10 there maybe. I don't know. I'm just making that shit up if I were just guessing.
Yeah.
And then Scherzer seems to be close.
Yeah, I forgot. I mean,
Um,
they have the pictures.
Yeah, I mean, John Gray now. I mean, you've got
Yeah.
so many guys that are just that haven't been available. Nathan Evaldi's freaking nails and working his way back as far as like length. So yeah, the Rangers we're just kind of middling. The good news is the AL West pretty much sucks.
Yeah.
Nobody's running away with the division. I mean, Seattle's up, I think 3.5, 4, 5, 4 games, whatever. Which is just, it's like, okay, nobody's running away with it. So that'll make things interesting as we, go further down the road. So
Yeah.
anyway, that's our super. Do we have any other super sportsy
No.
stuff? Okay, then let's get to the news desk, and I want to talk about one thing right fast on the news desk, with Caitlyn Clark stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's brought to us by our friends at Early Bird. And I heard maybe you had a little. Did you have an experiment?
Gummies.
You had an Early Bird
I had one
experiment last night.
Yeah, it was
Okay,
great.
do tell.
You slept hard.
It was great. Yeah, I slept until my normal wake up time at like 5:15. I'm not even at home and I'm still waking up at 5:15, but I slept like a baby until then. So it
Yeah.
was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I even woke up, I'm pretty sure in the same position that I fell asleep in. So
Beetle.
I didn't move. Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
was great. It was wonderful.
Okay. So
Yeah. And we took it a little too late. I was saying we should have taken it a little earlier because we had like a
Just let
couple
it kick
glasses
in.
of wine.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little earlier is kind of the perfect time. So
Yeah.
you can just like veg out, relax, and then go to sleep. But yeah, we love our early bird gummies
Yeah, it was
here on the
wonderful.
mom game.
Yeah, they're the best. They are the best. I ran out again. So let me get-
Emily,
I know.
what are you up to now? Like 4 a night?
No, just 2 a night, but I'm just taking them almost every night. Like,
Yeah.
it just helps me so much. Especially I've just had so much anxiety about stuff, dumb shit. I'll tell you about
no.
later. But I picked weeds for 5.5 hours yesterday.
Weed picking is her therapy, Jess.
Well, I have a reason
Okay,
this time.
I'm on the same page.
So, but they're putting mulch down today, and so I had to get all the weeds out before the new mulch gets put in. But like I ended up clearing out stuff
5.5 hours?
5.5.
Where'd you find that in your schedule?
So I got up at 5:30 and worked out, and then I started at about 7 o'clock.
Today?
No, in the morning yesterday.
Yesterday?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's something. Me.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's a thing. I
Okay.
got issues, but it's okay. Yeah, which
No,
is
whatever
why,
works.
That's why I need Early Bird CBD
Yeah.
gummies, because if not, like I'll be out there with like a headlamp picking weeds when I get home from work at like 11:30.
You need those guys to put down the best garden fabric before they lay the mulch, and then you don't have to do that again.
Okay, well,
She knows everything
that would've-
about yard,
I
house.
do lots of
She's amazing.
damn
yard
what
thing.
kind of
have
man?
these people put it down first, or delay the mulch laying.
Okay,
It's like worth all of your time. 5 hour weed picking.
really?
Promise. Yes.
Yeah, that
for
sounds
sure.
amazing.
And it's
Okay.
actually really easy to put down yourself. If you're
Oh,
able
no,
to
no.
pick weeds for 5 hours, you
No,
can do this.
no.
Yeah.
There's
Just
a lot
have
of-
them do it.
There are certain things I can do.
You started hiding
That-
when she said that.
You pulled your collar up.
No, no, don't make me do it. Don't make me. No, please, no. Okay.
I mean,
went
not to
into a
get into
shell.
the nitty gritty, but we've had lots of weed issues, and it solves lots of problems. You
Really?
do the right thing.
Okay, all right. I'm like, as soon as this is over, I'll be like Googling and like texting Raoul, the landscaper, and be like, hey, hold on.
Weed
hold
mat.
on. Weed mat.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, thanks to Early Bird CBD. They are amazing. I kind of need one right now after
Yes.
this discussion. It does have a microdose of THC, which is why it gives you that chill little zen, which is nice. And we have a special code, the Mom Game. It's active and good for 20% off any order. It's a new code, so whether you've ordered from us or not, just go to earlybirdcbd.com, and then when you check out, enter the promo code the Mom Game, and you'll get 20% off. So love us some Early Bird. Okay, so newsy stuff. I feel like Caitlyn Clark has been all over the news lately.
Yep.
Like the whole, she's getting pounded,
Mhm.
but she's a shit talker, and it's not like she's some delicate little flower. I mean, she's dishing out plenty. I don't know that what she's getting back is necessarily warranted or equivalent.
It's the same reason people like want to dump on Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. People get tired of hearing about her.
True.
And then she makes it to the WNBA and she's in the middle of these games and everyone's tired of hearing about her because they're there and they're like,
What if
all anybody cares about is her, and I've been here this whole time.
Right.
And then they take it out on her.
Yeah. Well, but again, it's not like she's some humble superstar.
Yeah.
She does bring some of it on herself. But it does, like, to me, with these women in the WNBA, it's like, don't you realize though also that, like, she's bringing a level of exposure that has not ever happened. She's also making things better league-wide, travel and security and all that kind of stuff. She's making that better. And it's almost like, I remember when Tiger Woods, like, was in his, heyday on the PGA Tour, and my brother-in-law, JJ Henry, played on the tour for a while. And he was like, I think JJ maybe won 2 tournaments his entire career, but had a solid career, made cuts, he was on the tour for like 10 years plus. And I just remember him saying, like, how grateful they were.
Yeah.
Like, and they might have been jealous. I mean, he wasn't kind of at that level where he was like jealous of him. He was like, we're so thankful because he's so ridiculous and such a draw. The purses have gone up exponentially. All of our lives are completely changed because of the fact that this man is so effing good at golf.
Yeah.
And so now I can't imagine that that's what every golfer thought. I don't know that that's what Phil Mickelson thought or anybody like that. But, I feel like, it's similar. And I'm not saying Caitlyn Clark's Tiger Woods, but it's almost like, man, just step back and take stock. And I know it would be annoying. I'm sure it would be annoying. And it probably, like I said, doesn't help that she brings a lot of it on herself.
Yeah.
But it's like, at the end of the day, man, like, more people are talking about the WNBA that didn't even know it existed.
Wings are sold out. Like, the Dallas team is sold out. Like, all of this is just because of her.
Right.
Right?
Yes. Well, and then did you see Angel Reese's comments?
Well, I saw the one girl that was talking shit and, like, pushing her, and then Angel Reese, like...
That was another one.
Yeah.
But Angel Reese came out yesterday and said, like, everyone's watching because of me, too. Specifically, she said that. And I was like, well, good on you, girl. I mean,
I think
she's channeling it back to the national championship.
Yeah.
Which I get. And I think that there is a definite huge level of interest in Angel Reese and a number of other players in the WNBA. But no one is at the level of Caitlyn Clark. Like, it just is what it is.
Yeah.
So anyway, I don't know. I had mixed feelings on it. Like, I was like, I mean, chill out, ladies. And then I'm like, but then I'm like, Caitlyn, just like, can you take it down a notch, maybe? Like, I don't know.
I didn't realize she was such a big shit talker.
Oh, dude, she's a huge shit talker. Yeah.
Then she probably should. But it's just like Luka.
Yeah,
like, that's part of their
thing. Yeah.
That's what makes them good. You have to be intense to be that good. I can't imagine having that kind of skill and talent.
Yeah, but
having to leave it all out there every night on the basketball court. You just got to do whatever it takes.
But our boy,
be a bitch, I guess. Or an a-hole if you're a
our
guy.
boy Charles Barkley a couple weeks ago was like, man, ladies, y'all. I mean, he hilarious. I can't do a Charles impersonation. But he was talking about, like, how y'all don't be petty like men. Like, just Caitlyn Clark is. I mean, it was funny, and like we've talked about before, Charles Barkley can pretty much say anything, but he made a lot of sense. So anyway, it's just something to keep an eye on, and to see how long too this lasts. Like, does the interest in her have staying power in the WNBA to where it will continue to generate, or is it gonna peter out?
Well, there hopefully will be more people that can draw interest too. Like, you can't put all that on one person,
right?
I guess Angel Reese and whoever else, but
So
I feel like it's only good. Yeah, but I know her name has been everywhere lately.
Yeah,
and so I guess that's why. Yeah,
a lot of people are talking about her.
I know.
Which
have they started winning yet at all?
I don't think so.
Yeah, her team is.
They had like
losing.
1 or 2 wins.
Yeah.
So, whatever. I just thought we'd have a little.
Talk. For sure.
And then we can talk about what's on your feed in a little bit because I want to talk about Jessie.
Yes.
And what's on her feed. Okay, so business pretty much out of the way. We got some Rev stuff to talk about. Do you want to do that here, or do you want to wait until we do that? What's on our feed?
Yeah, we can do that here and then do all the Jessie talk.
Okay, perfect. You tell us about Family Field Day at Globe Life Field because you've been.
Yeah, we just did a post. Ashley did an awesome graphic that we put out last night because I feel like right now we have a lot of coupon codes that are active, and these are really cool things that I think our listeners really need to know about. One of them is this Family Field Day coming up here on Saturday, June 29th, so just a few weeks away. This is what I did last year with the family out at Globe Life Field. And we all went out there and got to play all kinds of games and run around out at the baseball field where the Rangers play. So it's really cool. It is June 29th from 10 to 2. Indoor, of course, now, so you can beat the heat and go for a fun family activity. There's activities for all members of the family, including playing catch on the field, yard games, inflatables, so much more. And this is super cool. The World Series championship trophy is going to be on site this year and available for photos. And then the event will also have Rangers captain, the mascot, the Rangers 6-shooters. And there are VIP tickets available this year for early access starting at 9 a.m., which I love. So you can get those VIP tickets if you want to get out there and have a little bit more space and maybe not wait in lines for things like the face painting and all of that. Go to globelifefield.com/family field day for tickets. And I believe it's The Mom Game. We have a coupon code for that. Is that right, Ash? The Mom Game. And you can get a discount for those tickets. So, Jessie, if you're not doing anything, June 29th, bring those kiddos back. We can go hang out on the field.
Okay, wait. So did y'all bring Did you bring your kids?
No, I didn't.
You just came solo.
Yes.
Look at you.
I did. Yes.
Good for
Which
you.
Always takes a lot of work
With
to
the
figure
driving,
out
all the
logistics.
maneuvering.
I know, but it's
Oh,
worth
yeah.
it once you
Oh,
pull
for
out of that
sure.
driveway.
Yes.
Okay,
You're right.
so let's dive in. So how did you two meet? When did you two meet? Let's go back to the beginning.
Oh, it's Julie's birthday.
It's Julie's birthday.
Do you remember how we met?
Well, it was after I moved to Austin
Yeah.
from Dallas, a year or so. What was that? 4th grade.
Yep.
Fourth grade we met.
Yeah.
I don't remember like the day or anything.
I think my strongest, actually, it's funny it's your birthday, because I think one of my strongest first memories of you is going to your 10th birthday party.
At the pool.
No, it was at your house.
Oh.
And your mom,
So sweet. Sweet Anne.
I remember sitting in I still
take
remember
some.
this. I remember sitting in a circle around your mom, and she had set up a scavenger hunt.
Oh.
And we went and did a scavenger hunt at your 10th birthday. So that's it.
Oh.
Oh.
goodness.
It's
Okay,
fun
well,
learning about like
birthday
now
girl.
that we're moms throwing parties. Like I'd like to go back and look at all of my birthday parties with a different lens. Like what did my mom do? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like what kind of mom was she? Now that I know what goes into like planning and prepping and
Yeah.
all that. Like
Well,
she sounds like a home, like a
Yeah.
crafty, like set up a scavenger hunt and have people to your house.
That sounds
Right when you
awful.
moved to Austin.
It sounds awful.
It sounds terrible.
But
Sounds like
also,
the worst thing you could ever
parties
ask me to
back
do.
then were so much. They were like homemade. They were easy. They weren't like $500 extravaganzas.
Yeah, we sat around her. She gave us a piece of paper, and we went and did a scavenger hunt. I
Yeah.
remember that. It was very fun.
Is that when she had her friend? Yeah, she had a friend come.
Okay.
I think help out. But anyway, yeah, I think that was it. So
That's the beginning.
So we were like 12,
That was the beginning of it all. 10.
10.
Yeah, 4th grade.
You turned 10.
Okay,
Hattie's 10.
Yeah.
10, and then 12. Though was when like we really became BFFs.
Yes. When we went to 6th grade.
6th grade. Yeah.
Yeah. 11 to 12.
Yeah.
Okay, so first question: what was Julie like in high? So did y'all go to high school together?
Mhm.
Y'all went to high school together. Okay.
Yep.
So what was Julie like in high school? Was she like because this was what I envisioned Julie like
Okay.
in high school.
Yeah.
Like super popular, very well liked, like super nice. Probably voted like class favorite. Like
You're
was
sweet.
nice to everyone.
I love your impression of Julie.
Oh.
It's beautiful.
Oh, well, thank you. All right. Well, let's go then.
Well, Julie is very nice.
She's so nice.
But like not like so nice.
Okay. I think maybe it's relative to me.
Yeah, and I said to Julie, Julie said that you were going to say that
Yeah.
last night.
Mhm.
And I asked her, how nice are you?
I used to be
anyway.
way nicer.
As we all probably were.
Yeah.
I mean, look at your children.
Yeah.
They're probably way nicer than you.
Uh,
As mine are way nicer than me.
well,
so.
my
Your
son, yeah.
kids are
Yeah.
sweet.
They-
Emily has the sweetest
they're
kids.
sweet.
Oh,
They're
yeah,
sweet.
See?
Yeah. So she wasn't like super.
No, Julie is super nice.
Yes,
But,
of
like,
course. But
of
we all have
course.
bitchy moments.
Yeah, and I'm her friend that she's going to say everything that's on her mind to. So
Yes.
It's my impression that she's super nice. I mean, maybe not like super nice.
Just regular
But
nice.
she's great. Yeah. And then, yes, popular, of course, cheerleader.
We both were.
Yeah, but you tried out for cheerleader in the year before most people did. You had the balls to do that before.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
did you make it?
1 year.
Mhm.
Yeah, she did. I think it was
Cute.
you and maybe 2 others.
Yeah.
That tried out early.
I think a lot of the reason was because I had an older brother, and back then you did like a student vote. Like
Oh.
50% was vote.
Okay,
Same.
and they aired
We did that too.
the tryouts
Oh.
on a TV in every single classroom.
No.
Yep.
Well, I say that we did ours in front of the whole effing thing in person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can
Yeah.
you imagine?
We did.
Nowadays,
I
that would
think we
never
were
fly.
like, I
No.
think it was like 50% judges and then 50%
Yeah. Ours
student
was
vote.
something like that.
Let me just tell you.
So
So
definitely
I was,
popularity.
yeah, I was raised by my dad, and my dad was so like he knew that the world would end if I didn't make cheerleaders. Like
Aw.
he knew, and so he had a friend who was a dean at our school, and so he would always call. So he always knew. He didn't ever tell me,
Yeah.
but he would call. Tommy Chatham was his name, and he would be like, I just need to make sure, like I gotta.
What's it gonna take?
I need to, no. Not, he wasn't asking to like rig it. He was like, I need to know, like, I need to be prepared. If she didn't make it, like, I'm going to have to take some extreme measures to make sure she
Oh.
doesn't,
Well,
lose her
that's so
shit.
Sweet, though.
So he would always call, and so he always knew. But then when I would, call to tell him, he'd be like, "Oh, so happy." And then like
Aw.
after when I was in college, he'd be like, "You knew I knew every time," because
That's
Tommy would tell
cute.
me. But no, he didn't rig any votes or anything. But he
Wasn't
knew I
paying
would
him?
lose. No, there was no under the table payment for. At least I don't think so.
he needed to be mentally prepared
he-
if the answer was no
One-
before you found out.
100%.
Poor guy.
100%.
Oh, that's so
Um,
sweet.
Okay, so cheerleader.
So cheerleader, left band behind in middle school, which I am a big proponent of band. I don't care what anybody says. I love band.
Okay. And what was
Um,
your instrument of choice?
Mine,
Yes.
I played the trumpet.
Okay.
Julie played the French horn.
Okay.
We had concerts on Julie's front porch. I remember that.
With a trombone and
Just blowing the
French horn?
horns, blowing the horns.
Sure, it was beautiful music.
Oh my
I mean, all the neighbors would gather because they had no choice. They're like, I either embrace this or I'm pissed off in my house.
Yeah.
So, yep, did that. And so, what else in high school, Julie? I mean, lots of friends. We have lots of party stories,
Yeah, we
like getting
partied.
into trouble.
We did things I hope my kids don't do.
Julie had one of the earliest fake IDs, I think, out of any of our friends. Am I allowed
Ooh.
to say that?
Yes.
Fake
The statute of
ID.
limitations is
Way
way
gone.
past.
Yeah, don't you remember going and getting the Vendetta wine at Randall's and you went in at age like 15 and
was
got
ballsy.
caught by somebody?
15?
Heck yeah.
Dang.
It's like our drivers would drive us there, our 16-year-old
I'm
friend.
trying to remember which ID that was. They're like,
No idea.
wow.
Probably doesn't. I'm sure it was like fake. Remember? Like
Oh, like someone
people
made
would
it.
like print
Yeah,
out
because I had
fake
Stephanie
ID.
Fellows for a while. She was just the one that looked like me.
Oh no, that's the one you passed on to me. That
Oh, I gave
really
you Stephanie Fellows.
screwed me
And then
over.
Jessie went to jail.
Oh, hey, I went to jail too. I went to jail too. Yes.
Hey, I never went to jail.
You did?
Listen to this.
How old are your kids? They're too young to download a podcast.
Yeah.
My idea that I gave her took her there. I feel this is partly my fault.
Took her dare.
Took her-
That's
took her dare.
exactly what happened.
And the swamp
everything
womp.
I say.
That
you
was so
bitches.
sad.
That's okay. A couple
Um,
of months before I turned 21, and a cop escorts me out of a place I was for hours, saying that I had a fake ID, and I was like, I've literally been here for like 6 hours. now.
Yeah, I
Why
know.
do you have to do
mine-
this now?
I know. Mine happened right before my 21st birthday
So
too.
did mine. That's
Yeah.
when it was.
Yep.
All night.
Okay, so Julie's responsible for
Yep.
you spending time in the clink.
Yeah, that's what we'll call it. I think that's a
Um,
good code name.
Yes.
Clink.
Code name clink.
But we were good. Like we weren't bad.
No, we were normal. I
Yeah.
think we were normal. So you went. So I have very strong memories of sitting in front of the Randall's Terrytown. You would go in with maybe a buddy or alone, grab the like double bottles, you know, the extra large
Yeah, yeah,
ones
yeah.
that only cost $5.
Ugh.
And we would split one of those between two of us, so you would like get enough.
Ugh.
But anyway, I remember her running into one of our like parents' friends
Mhm.
at the store, and they thought that it was you with me or something. I don't
Yeah.
know. The story gets really skewed, and then all the parents were talking about that.
Yeah, we were pretty much
Doesn't matter.
bested.
Yeah.
But even before that, like we were always together and we'd get dropped off at the mall. And what I remember is walking around the mall and telling everyone we were twins and trying to get boys' numbers.
Ooh.
Shopping at the mall. Shopping at the mall.
Shopping at the mall, going crazy
Over stuff.
Staying for 3 hours. Staying for 3 hours. Shopping at the mall.
579.
Oh, I remember 579. But
That
what
was a song we made
in
up.
the actual F just happened right there? Like,
We made up that song when we were kids.
you still
we
remember
recorded
it.
music.
So our
Oh.
parents would drop us off at the mall, and behind the scenes, Julie and I would say, "Let's go to the mall and pick up guys." Was it?
Yeah.
And I think we were what, like 12?
Okay. Did this ever work? Like,
All
did
it
y'all
meant-
have cell phones then?
No, we had pagers.
Okay. Now we're talking.
All it meant was that we got dropped off at the mall. We would find some guy that looked like Mbop or whatever, like
Devin
thought he
Sawa.
was cute. Yeah. And then we would like follow him around, like looking around corners. And that was it. Like probably 0 words shared.
Yes.
And then we would use our quarters and go take pictures in the photo booth
Mm-hmm.
and do it at least twice so we could each leave with our 4 photo strip.
Uh-huh.
And then after spending some time there, we'd walk across like what is now kind of a highway
Yeah.
to the movie theater,
Yeah.
watch a movie, maybe meet like some boyfriend or something
Yeah.
whose mom would also want, and then our parents pick us up from movies. It is not going to happen today. Like
No.
if my kid tried to
Oh.
do that, I would be like, no.
I
Yeah.
know.
Anyway.
That was such a simpler,
I know.
wonderful
So
time.
good. It
You
was
had your
so good.
pager and you're making up songs and you're in
Yeah.
the photo booth
In our
and
boombox.
good.
and
stalking
playing our
guys.
music.
And then Julie always had more 579 clothing items than me. I mean, we would go through our closet and count
Wanna
how
know why?
many.
You know why?
Taryn.
Taryn. My
Who's
dad
Taryn?
had a girlfriend who was
Oh.
trying to win me over by buying me 579 clothes.
Stop.
And I was
it.
like, this is awesome. Because, my mom's very practical. Like,
Right.
she would buy me 1 or 2 things, and that's it. Like, same way I am with my kids.
And same way
not just gonna-
my parents were and I am.
Yes. But the girlfriend came into the picture, and she's like, okay, let's go to 579. What do you want? And then I'd come back and be like, Jessie, I got 7
That was
items.
not
we
fair.
counted.
Items.
We counted.
You were in the 20s. or
Yeah.
30s.
Oh.
We counted our
I was-
579 items.
I was
Scoreboard.
definitely in the teens.
Scoreboard. Oh my God, that is hilarious.
Oh, and at one point I was Jessie Dobbs.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when we bought our first makeup, that was at the mall.
Okay.
And we went and we told the woman there that we were twins.
Uh-huh. I'm
And
sure she didn't
so-
even ask. We told everyone. We're like,
Oh,
we
yeah.
were twins. And they're like, cool.
We were
what do you
twins
want?
all the time.
Awesome.
But we were twins. And so, but then at checkout time,
Mhm.
she had to type our information into the computer. And so I went second. So then I was Jessie Dobbs and
Yeah.
my address was Julie's address. And so then for years, Julie's parents would receive mail
From like,
for Jessie Dobbs
Yeah.
at their house.
That is hilarious.
Bath and Body Works.
Oh, that's
Yep, that's
so
where it was. It
funny.
was
Yeah.
Bath and Body Works. And
Oh.
she made over our faces in 6th grade. I'm like,
yeah.
That's
who is
so
this
funny.
woman? She was
Yeah.
probably 18.
That
We
is
had a lot of fun.
hilarious.
Yeah,
It
it was really
sounds
fun.
like it. Okay, and then so college comes. Did you go to Mizzou?
No, I went to UT.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
So we
Yeah.
went our own ways for a bit.
yeah.
But I did entertain going there, and we actually signed up to be roommates there.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah, we did.
And then I didn't go there. I probably wouldn't have gotten in. I don't know. I didn't finish my application, and then I fell in love with Missouri because of journalism.
Yeah.
But I did because you had to sign up for dorms way early.
Yeah.
So we had signed up. We were going to be roomies if I did go there.
Mhm.
But yeah, so we went to different colleges and made new friends and everything else, but stayed in touch. And
Yeah.
we've never lived in the same city since.
Ever since.
Oh, that
She's-
is sad.
Yeah.
She went to Denver after college and then back to Austin.
Yeah.
And then I was Missouri and then Dallas. But
Yeah.
we're not far.
We've always done trips.
Okay, so did y'all ever fight as friends?
We never had a falling out of any sort.
No. I think the only kind of issues were if we incorporated a third
Friend.
yeah.
Oh, that's true.
So
Three
I
is
feel
hard.
like that. I feel like that's this
Yeah.
like from age 10, like where
Yeah.
Hattie is right now. I'm always like, we're going 4
Yep.
or we're going 5. We're not going
You
3.
can't
Three's
do
hard.
3 is not okay.
3
3
is
is
truly
not.
a crowd.
Yeah, it's not. It just. it just doesn't work.
No, it doesn't.
And I feel like boys, it does.
yeah.
I don't know why.
Boys don't care.
But girls, three does
It's
it
really
just
hard.
does not work.
Yeah.
It's
It
true.
just
I
doesn't
saw
work.
it with the little 5-6-year-old girls. I had two of them over to play with Anna, and it was like the whole time they were pairing off. Like,
And then one feels left
And
out.
yes,
one-
that was like what they were doing. I was like, this is
It's a
starting at
disaster.
age 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was like really it. Like I'd get jealous sometimes because like you were close with like Emmy or
Are you supposed to say names?
Oh.
she doesn't care. It doesn't matter. She's like in.
Yeah.
Who's Emmy?
There were always issues when there was the
I was
third.
always
And
I was
that,
usually jelly.
You were jelly.
well, I mean, I can't say I wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was probably there.
Yeah.
So,
But
anyway.
really, other than that, it's not like the two of us were
Had-
like.
yeah.
We never have had like a volatile like
Yeah.
back and forth.
No.
Friendship
I was
where
probably
we fight
like,
or anything.
hey, Julie cares too much about this boy and like is spending too much time with him.
Okay, was she boy crazy?
Yeah.
That's a yes.
Yeah.
That is a definite yes.
More than you.
No. I
were
didn't say
two.
I wasn't.
Okay, so when did the boy crazy start? Like, was it in the mall when you were 10 or
I think it was
12?
8th grade.
8th grade. Okay.
Don't you think?
Probably.
So were you like serial dater or were you like honed in on one guy?
She definitely had one guy in 8th
Ooh.
grade.
Yeah.
We went on a trip,
Oh,
an 8th grade
dang.
trip to Washington D.C.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you fell.
Oh yeah, at that point, okay, well, Julie was real into this guy, and that created a bit of tension because we were like, why is the attention going only to him?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
were you
You're
like
bringing
oh.
back these memories. I forgot about that. But
Sorry.
then also, from Julie's point of view, like she liked him.
Yeah.
So
Well, and I had that with one of your relationships later, a little bit later,
yeah.
that you were
yeah.
you were real into, which is fine. Like that's life.
Yeah.
I know.
I remember feeling FOMO.
Yeah.
It's just part of working
Yeah.
through life, right?
I know.
It's
Yeah.
a winding road.
Which one? You don't have to say the name, but what time period of life?
College.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Got it. Gotcha.
Ooh. Okay. So go to different colleges. Did you get married first?
I did. Yep.
Okay.
I got married in 2010.
Okay.
So that was
how old does that make you? 2010.
I
How old are
was-
you in 2010?
I was 25.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was 3 years after college.
That's still young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
25 is young. 'Cause
Yeah.
How old were you when you got? You were young too.
30. No, I wasn't young.
Yeah.
I was like one of
I
those.
was 34.
Yeah. I
No,
mean,
I was 32.
in my group of people, I was one of the last
Yeah.
people.
Same.
Yeah, I was. No, I wasn't 30.
Mm.
I was 20.
Yeah. I was going
9?
to say, you're not. Yeah.
I mean, I had right. I was 29, married, 30. I had Ryder.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when y'all met each other's like when she met your husband, how was that? Like, how did they get along? How do y'all get along as couples? Do y'all spend a lot of time together?
Our husbands get along really well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they see each other as much as me and Julie almost.
Yeah.
Because almost every time Julie and I see each other, this is rare where I left
Yeah.
everybody behind. But
So do y'all usually get together like with kids too, like whole families?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
we'll be there at their lake house for the 4th. That's usually what we do for the
Yeah.
4th. And
And it's really
Oh, fun.
fun.
done some
And
summer
our
trips together.
yeah, our husbands are great together.
Yeah. And I.
Wait, you have the really kick-ass lake house.
Oh,
Yeah.
is it?
It is.
Oh,
I mean, I
well,
like it a lot.
If you ever looking to fill any room?
It seems like Julie
or-
speaks really fondly of
She
me.
does.
It's very nice.
I feel like isn't that? I feel like you told us. Is
It's
this
so
about the one?
good.
Yeah.
Because you have
Yeah.
the Hawaii connection and you have the lake connection.
Yeah.
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 Jesse
Yeah,
has
so-
a kick-ass lake house.
Anyway, if,
Yeah.
I mean, if you ever have extra
what, 3 years?
rooms, or-
How long have y'all had that? Couple years? 3 years?
Yeah. Yeah.
She's like the perfect person
It's
to have
just
that. 'cause she
fun
can
to have
maintain
people
it.
out
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
And she like works really hard on it, and it's awesome.
I know.
Um.
Oh, that is fun.
Yeah.
I want a lake house. We're going to the lake. We're going to the lake house on 4th of July too.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm
Cheers,
sending-
Emily.
Thank you.
Yay.
I'm
Yeah,
actually,
Girl, you're going to the lake.
Hattie's going out of town without us with my sister and brother-in-law, or with my stepsister and brother-in-law, and their whole family. And they invited both kids. I would have been like, what kind of score is this? But then Henry has his birthday party on July 6th. So he couldn't go to the coast. So Hattie is going by herself to the coast, and then Henry's going with us with some of our friends to the lake.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm one kid. Like,
Yeah.
sign me up.
It's a breeze.
And he's the lower maintenance kid.
Right. That'll be great.
Yeah.
I was
That's
excited
awesome.
when Jessie got Lake House. I'll just say that. I was
Yeah.
very excited.
Julie usually comes for the 4th of July, which is really fun.
So fun. Okay, what other questions did I have for you? I'm trying to think. Okay, what was it like? So one of my best friends when she was diagnosed with breast cancer.
Mhm.
It was devastating for me, and
Yeah.
I think I called you, didn't I? And said like, how do I be a good friend? How can I
Right.
be a good friend for her? How can I support her? All that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So what was that like for you, especially so very young?
Right.
I mean,
Yeah. Ugh.
so young.
I told Julie that if this came up, I might cry.
Yeah.
But
Well, I mean, I got tears in my eyes thinking
Yeah.
about it.
Okay.
Jessie was awesome. She was there like the second it happened.
Yeah.
With the
So
little baby.
yeah. Oh, well, I didn't have the baby yet. I was
Oh, you were about to have the baby.
Yeah, I was
right.
really pregnant. I was traveling every week for work. And Julie called me in the middle of a meeting. And I was like, "What? Huh? Come again?" And I left the room and I had like a crying moment, and then I got on the plane that day and went home. Gosh.
I haven't heard this
Julie.
perspective.
Ugh,
Interesting.
it was
Oh,
well, just to know that you might lose your best friend is very scary, and sad. And anyway, I was also largely pregnant and emotional, which clearly I'm still emotional way postpartum. But yeah, so I just was trying to think like, okay, what can I do? What can I do to help? And on the whole plane ride home, I sat there and I drafted this whole thing, which was like super from my heart, about Julie and her situation and like her everything I could come up with. And I created that GoFundMe, which back then wasn't as common.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
So
was like, you're like one of the first ones I had seen.
yeah, and so I think that honestly kind of helped the
Yeah.
situation because it wasn't so common and not like a thing that you see every day that you
Right.
feel like you're constantly having to like give here and here and here and here.
Sure.
And so threw that up like by the next day online, and that's what I tried to do to help.
And then she like wrote updates for people.
Yeah, yeah.
So she like managed all that.
Yeah, and I mean, so many people do that now, and it's fine. But that was my best way to contribute. And then I just remember being so worried because I was so stressed out as this huge pregnant person, and I was like, this baby's feeling all the stress. And like,
Aw.
but I drove up for Julie's first chemo treatments, and yeah, I remember we had like matching nightgowns and like went to your chemo treatment, and then like the whole process of like picking out your wigs and all of that. That was really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, not cool, but like it was cool to be there
I
with
needed
you.
help. Yeah. It's a weird task.
Such a
Yeah.
weird task, and you were way too young to be going through all that. And yeah, anyway.
Yeah. It was awesome.
Well, thank you for taking care
Oh.
of her.
But
Thanks for
I
taking
mean,
care of our
as
girl.
I will never forget that moment of our relationship. I mean,
Yeah.
that was really cool.
Well,
to
me
be
either,
there.
because she was there, like, not just with, like, she was there physically, which meant a lot to me because she had a lot going on, traveling for work with really pregnant, and she stopped down and was physically there, which meant a lot. And then the GoFundMe stuff and managing all that was just huge. I mean, I don't have a sister.
Yeah.
Like, she's my sister, so
Yeah.
it
Oh,
was really sweet.
yeah, that is sweet. And when you're not the one going through it, obviously it's not as hard on you.
Yeah, right.
But there's this feeling of like helplessness of like, what can I do?
right.
And, I had a conversation recently with a friend, and his child is ill. He has overcome cancer twice.
Oh man.
And he said, I always suspected that it would be much easier to be sick than it would be to have someone I care deeply about and love so much be going through it. And he said,
Right.
now I'm realizing that that's it. That's absolutely the case. At least it was for him.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it's, oh, well, us poor friends, you know,
Yeah.
you're the lucky ones with the cancer, you know. I'm not saying that, but it's like you feel like, okay, I'm in this, I'm fighting, I've got to plan this, what I'm going to do. And when it's someone you love and care about so much, you're just like, it's hard to watch them go through it, and it's hard, to know what to do, and are you are you doing the right things? Are you doing everything that you can, and all that kind of stuff? But it sounds like you're a testament of like exactly how to be a friend through something really, really shitty. So
Well,
Yeah.
you just want to find like everything that you can possibly do
I know.
to help somebody.
Yeah.
And it's not always easy to do that, especially with time
Right.
not being on our side. So
Yeah. Well.
And look at her now. She's old AF, 39.
Old AF. 10 years
pushing
later.
through 10 years. Yeah.
Well, and just the fact that she showed up like today is pretty amazing too, because
I
she's got
know.
3 kids
I
and
know.
a busy life, and stopped down and drove here and made my day.
That's-
39 is kind of like a, but like
not
I had
40,
something really
it's like-
exciting to look forward to
I
be
know.
here with y'all
I
today.
know. Well, Julie was so
She's awesome.
excited that you were
Yeah.
coming, and I'm so
Well, me
excited
too.
that you're here too. So okay, are we? Everybody okay?
I'm,
Yeah, I think
I'm
we're good.
I think I'm good. I think I'm
composed.
good.
Ah,
Um,
sorry.
Okay, so I want to learn now a little bit about you personally.
Okay.
So 3 kids. What are
Yep.
their ages?
They're 6, 7, and 10.
6, 7, and 10.
I have a oldest girl, middle girl, youngest is a boy.
Okay.
Mhm.
Wow, that's a.
Yeah.
To me, anyone who has more than 2 kids, I'm like, wow, that's
We were talking about
Amazing.
that
Think. Yeah.
on the way here.
how.
Right.
What is that
There's
dynamic?
a level
like?
of
The mental load factor, even just with one more.
Yeah, it's I was telling Julie on the way here, it really makes my morning if even one of my 3 children tell me they'll buy their lunch that day at school,
Oh,
because packing 3 lunches, and I will admit I try to make very yummy, good lunches that I would personally want to eat, and so it takes a while, but it's just, it's a lot. It's
Yeah.
one extra child adding one extra step to everything.
and it's not like they all like the same shit.
No,
Yeah.
and that's part of it. It's my fault. I'm catering to their lunch preferences, but
Right.
whatever. I mean, I want them to eat, and I want them to eat healthy.
Yeah.
So that's how it is.
Okay, so you mentioned traveling for work. So
Yep.
you were traveling for work when Julie got
Yes.
her diagnosis. Like, tell
Yes.
me about your professional
Right.
journey. Like, you
Yeah.
went to UT. What did you major in? What did you do?
I went to UT. I majored in mechanical engineering.
Whoa.
And
Smarty
I
pants.
Did you
graduated.
finish in our graduating class?
Oh wait,
5?
at
Oh.
Austin High.
Yeah.
I think it was 12.
12 out of 1,000?
No, it was 426.
Oh,
maybe.
still.
I don't know. My husband.
I'm
It's
bad
funny.
with numbers.
Well, my husband and I think he was like, one before me. So we've got these numbers. We talk about it. He's
So wait.
an engineer as well.
Did
so,
y'all go to high school together? You and your husband?
no, college.
College,
Yeah.
okay.
So he was a mechanical engineer at UT also.
And that's how you met.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Okay.
We were both mechanical engineers at UT. We both graduated from UT without really meeting, except he did see me on 6th Street the night that I went to the Clink, and
The clink.
wrote me a message on Facebook that night. We had a class the next day together, and I had never met him, but he wrote me a message that I saw when I got home that said something like, bummer.
There's my end. She's going to be vulnerable coming out of the clink.
And I was so pissed because in my mind, I'm thinking he's going to go to this class, which there's only 15 people, tell everybody, and there's the end of my life as I know it. But he didn't do that. And then that's the last we spoke. And then we both randomly took a job with the same company in Denver, Colorado. And that's where I really met him.
Yeah, that is random.
It is very
Like,
random.
That's definitely
Yeah.
meant to be.
It was. And so we met. And then,
What do you, okay, like, so,
Okay.
sorry for my ignorance. What
Go
does a
ahead.
mechanical engineer do?
yeah.
She's really effing smart.
I know.
Was my point in the
obviously.
graduation thing. Like,
Right.
she's ridiculous.
Yes, right. Obviously very
Yes.
smart. I know
Well-
that is a given. Like
Yeah.
any sort of civil engineer, mechanical engineer, neurospace engineer, whatever.
She's always been the smarter.
If you're an engineer,
Of
you're
us.
smart. But
She's
what
the brains of the operation.
Okay, so but what do you like
What operation?
if I were to get a mechanical engineering degree,
Mhm.
what kind of job would I get?
Yeah, so I started in civil engineering, which is more like bridges, construction management.
Okay.
You wear a hard hat. You're on the job. You're telling the the people that are building what to do, how to do it. You've got the plans, whatever. Civil engineer. And then I switched over to mechanical engineering because it's kind of more of the broad-based engineering. You can go the direction of civil, you can go the direction of petroleum, biomedical, whatever, but very mathematic-based. Materials is a strong focus, like how materials act under certain like pressures and strains and blah, 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 like metal versus wood versus concrete versus, And so, I don't know, that's the focus. And it's kind of understanding like motion and pressure and like how do buildings stand and how do cars work.
So this is, I said this with the doctors the other day when I did that Know Your Genes event,
Yeah.
that I looked at them and I was like, I'm so glad that y'all decided to like, do the whole medical school thing and specializing. So people like me can just, talk about baseball every day.
And then show up to the doctor and
Right.
save our lives.
That's what yes.
Yeah.
And then, but like same thing, like I just, roll on these streets and I'm like, everything's going to be fine. Go up this elevator. Everything's cool. Like whatever. But somebody has to, we can't build faulty shit. Like, so thank you. Thank you
but
for
also thank you.
being one of those people.
I think that's why we all have our own things, because honestly, when you two start talking about the sports stuff, like I sit here and gloss over and I'm like, who, what, where, when, why?
Which is fine.
Like, and I have no idea. And then it seems like also when I say some of the things I'm saying, you might be doing a similar thing, glossing over and
100%.
don't know what I'm talking about, but it's fine.
Yeah.
That's why we're all here to do different things. So
Okay, so mechanical engineering, for how long were you in that profession?
Well, okay, so I will say I took a job with Accenture, which is it's consulting based,
Okay.
and I focus mostly on software design management type stuff. So project managing a group, we would like design a software package for a company and then make sure that it was built like all up to their specifications.
Okay.
And so yeah, I guess as a mechanical engineer, your mindset can kind of go that direction as well. It's just kind of how to solve problems and find solutions.
And then how long did you do that before you decided
I
to?
did that for about 6.5 years, and then I was taking calls while I was in labor with my first, went through the maternity leave, and then I said goodbye
Yeah.
because I couldn't get on a plane anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, and that
and I've been home ever since.
okay. So we go through this, and Julie and I've talked about it 850 million times about that whole the finding the balance, and people are like, oh, it's not possible. You don't find the balance. Everybody has their own balance,
It's
right?
hard. Mhm.
So what my balance is isn't the same as yours, and isn't the same as Julie's. And it's like I've said 100 bazillion times, like for anyone who hasn't heard it yet, like I feel like being a stay-at-home mom is 10 times harder than me going to the ballpark, 5 days a week, or how
Right.
many ever days I'm going, or
Yeah.
it could be 10 straight. I don't care, whatever.
Mhm.
Staying at home, especially with kids that are young, is 10 times harder than anything I will do
Mhm.
in a job at the ballpark.
Right.
How did you come to that realization of like this is what I'm going to do? Was it scary? How did you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, for sure. Well,
Because
I mean,
especially because it's not like, no offense, it's not like it's not like you just put in
I worked
minimal
really hard
You worked
to
really
get where I
fucking hard.
was.
Yes.
Yeah.
and I was
and-
doing well at work. I was
Yes.
getting promoted,
Yes.
and
So-
then I just dropped it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was hard. I would say probably for 5 years, I went through swings of, is this what I'm going to do? Am I going to go back to work? When I go back to work? I mean, that was kind of my conversation, was like, when I go back to work, when my kids are all at least in kindergarten, maybe that's when I go.
Yeah.
And so it's always a roller coaster, and I think it's a roller coaster for everybody figuring out what they want to do. But at this point, I am much more just satisfied in my space.
Yeah.
I've kind of found my place, and I am extremely busy, partially because I make myself busy. And I've found things that make me happy and still fulfill my needs for being
Sure.
happy. And so I make sure to spend time to do those things, and kind of just like a day job, I make sure to schedule time for myself that I'm not going to be grinding away, like cleaning the house or organizing or cooking or shopping or whatever. And I make sure that I put it in the calendar that like, this is my time.
That's
Don't
smart.
bother me, because I've found that if I don't do that, my whole day is for everybody else.
Yeah.
And then I'm a pissed off mom.
See, and
I
I
don't
have.
want to be that.
I need to take a page out of your book because that's my thing. I won't if I'm at home, I will not shut it off.
Right.
I
And
will
it's
not
really
it
hard
will
for me.
just be what
Right.
so I don't have I mean mine it's like I have to leave my
Mhm.
I have to leave my house.
Yeah.
I have to be somewhere else knowing that I can't be doing stuff or checking email or what I mean that's the thing I think I have the hardest time with.
Right.
So good for you for
Well,
like
I'm not perfect at it.
well,
I mean, get very distracted. Like,
yeah.
oh, the laundry. Oh,
Just do this.
animal needs to be fed. Oh,
Right.
as I'm like throwing something, the trash needs to be taken out.
Yep.
Oh, and we've all seen those on Instagram, like the mom life of like chain reaction.
Yep.
And you can't ever get the thing done that you were gonna do in the first place. Yeah.
And then you forget what it was.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
oh,
So it very
Did you
much
say
happens. To me.
This morning we were joking because Ryder was yelling at me because I kept forgetting to make his toast. And Jessie was like, my kids call me
Bread burner.
bread burner. It's like you do one that you put the toast in, you
Right.
go do this, you go do that,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden it burns.
Yeah.
And that's why I was like, you need a pop-up toaster.
Problem solved. Get a toaster oven. But we always use the broiler in the oven. It makes very good toast if you're there.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have a toaster?
Well, now I do
Okay.
because I'm the bread burner.
Okay.
But I will say too, with like the way she's been able to merge her skill set from
Yeah.
work with life is through doing these incredible like home projects.
Okay, so you're a big D. What?
And
D,
she's still using her mechanical engineer.
right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I've seen Julie's shown me some of the videos.
Right.
Like, so you're is it minimizing it to call it like DIY projects?
I mean, no.
Yes. Let me real quick. She was showing me everything last night, and I made notes.
Okay.
So she made her bed that she still sleeps in with her, like they're king size,
It's a king size.
king
bed,
size
Okay.
bed. That's one of the most beautiful beds I've seen
Okay.
because of the wood work on it.
Okay. Let me see.
She made her kids a whole playground,
oh, wait, a
um,
playground?
like a whole
Right.
playground,
Like outside?
Yeah.
Okay.
a whole playground. She made them a workstation for 3 kids at once, a big giant table
Oh, that's beautiful.
with 3. It's like 3 desks that are attached with floating
Oh.
shelves above it, a TV above it, bulletin board on the other side.
actually. This is funny.
It's a whole workstation for 3
Oh, did you do the
kids.
floating mantle?
I did. Yep. Yeah.
So that totally weirds me out because I'm like, how is the floating mantle floating? Because we have one.
Yeah.
But I got to see it being built, and
It's
it's got these
super cool,
2
right?
giant
Yeah.
steel rods
Right.
and like these heavy stones. Because I'm like, are we ever going to be able to? They're like, no, you can jump on this if you want. I'm like, no, that makes me scared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's engineering. I'm
Right,
like,
yes.
Oh, damn. Okay.
I think just understanding what tools are available out there for you to do things is the hardest part.
Yeah.
And then once you know what's there, you can do almost anything on your own. Well, and then there's
Not
the
all of
time.
us could do that.
Yeah. There is the time factor. I mean, a lot of things take a lot of time, but I think I really think sometimes I have a goal of
So pretty.
trying to
Did you see the
empower
bed?
others
Yes.
to do things on their own because I really think it's intimidating
Yeah.
at first. But then
Yeah, it is.
if everybody could just be kind of given a little bit of knowledge and know like how easy some of the things are, it's all doable.
And the cool thing is you're saving a lot of money.
Right.
Like these things cost a lot of money to
Yeah.
hire someone to do.
Oh, I paid someone. I can't remember. We had our bed custom built.
Mm-hmm.
Because I saw it in a magazine. I really wanted it. And this was 10, 12 years ago. I can't remember when. And I remember thinking, and he was so great. This guy did, and he upholstered it and everything. It was really beautiful. But I was like, dang,
a lot.
Right.
it's expensive.
Tell Emily about your bed and the
Well,
cool storage.
I would say if I were to charge somebody for some of the things that I build,
Yeah,
I would definitely charge a lot.
yeah.
But
And you think about the
the-
time of it, the custom, the fact that it's custom, the materials.
the
Yeah.
amount of time planning the build, the design.
Well, and
then
you pay for that.
going
Like
through it.
that's
Right.
that's it's something you decide to pay for.
Yeah.
I'm not saying like it wasn't worth it at all, but I
Not
was
at
like,
all.
no, yeah.
But
mean,
I
it's-
think it's cool if people can be empowered to like maybe think they can do it themselves.
Right.
because it's
Even if
doable.
it's starting small,
Right,
probably. Like for
I
me, it
think-
would be like painting something, anything. Like that would be starting small. Like you can paint it yourself.
well,
You
like
don't have to.
sanding down an existing piece of furniture and
Okay,
Yeah.
now we're talking.
Right.
Because I've got a table.
yeah.
And I got these paint things, and I didn't sand it down all the way because the side of it, like this part,
Yes,
is peeling
it's
off
hard,
because of
yeah.
water because it's outside.
Mhm.
So I started peeling it off. It didn't come off in a clean strip. So then it's like, it's normal here, stripped there, normal here.
Mhm.
So do I need sandpaper?
Well, yes, but you
Some
might also
sandpaper.
need a sander,
Oh, okay.
which, if you're willing to do it yourself,
All right.
the cost of a sander is going to be way less than
Okay.
hiring somebody to do it for you, and then you have a sander.
Then I've got a sander
sander.
in case anybody needs a sander.
You don't always need a sander for the edge, too. If you've got a flat surface like this, it's super easy and quick to sand
Okay.
down. So you could always use your sander for that in the future.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
tell about the bunk beds, and that could be like the last thing if we need to wrap up. But
The bunk beds.
yeah.
So there was a large closet in our house, and I just decided to, with two simple shelves, a walk-in closet, 2 shelves hanging, 2 bars, whatever. Took those out, and we built, I built, my children helped me, if you will, but queen-size bed on the bottom, twin above, and then another twin above that. So it's actually a triple bunk bed built-in situation.
So
And
fun.
then
In a closet.
I built a ladder to get to the top, but it's my kids' favorite space.
I was just
I
about
mean,
to say, I
just
bet they
love it.
never leave. We had in our old house, we had a thing
They
under
love
the
it.
stairs. Oh my gosh.
So it's really cool.
That is adorable.
Yeah.
Where's
She's
that
amazing.
bedding
Like, I don't
from?
even know where you'd start.
The bedding is from Amazon, the great Amazon.
Oh
Yeah,
my gosh. How
She had
cool
to
is that?
get a whole lake house together.
So, oh my gosh, that is adorable.
Yeah.
But
it's
like
fun.
that bed is floating.
Right. So it's not actually floating, but you
It's
just
not.
have to know how to secure it to the
Okay.
wall so nobody's going to die.
So this is, so nobody's going to die. You are really, really talented. So are you doing this for anyone else or is this just you at
This
your
is
house?
currently just me. I'll do favors for friends, but
Yeah.
I hardly have enough time
Okay.
to do
Your own
projects.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The backyard
Yeah,
grill.
it's really fun. But Julie,
Working on a big giant backyard grill.
I
Project.
know, so fun.
Like it's
But-
just amazing.
And you must be
It's unreal.
super. So it's kind of an interesting combination because usually, when you think about people who are super numbers oriented, like super, I don't even know what that's called.
right?
They're
yeah.
also they're
it's like
they're
the
also
left
not-
brain, right brain.
yes
thing.
they're also not they're not usually
Yeah.
creative.
right.
And so you've got to have that mix to do
Well, it's
stuff
fun.
like that.
Yeah. So a lot of I'll go on like runs, and most of the time I just like to listen to like very calm music, and most of the time I'm thinking like, okay, mentally designing, and it's my like creative space
Yeah.
time, and then I go home and try to do it.
Oh, good for you.
So it's
I
cool.
know.
I
It
feel like
is
she's
super
found a great
cool.
balance of still using her skill set
Yeah.
and everything like you went to school for, but you're instead of like doing it for a company, you're doing it for your family,
Right.
which is really awesome.
It's fun. Julie
super
keeps
cool.
trying to tell me to make an Instagram account and like
Yeah.
and
At
show
least-
people.
100%
if
you should.
Yeah, at least show the world what you're doing, even if you're not trying to sell it.
It's
But
just
here's the deal, because someone might see your stuff and then think, "Hey, I'm going to try this." Like
Yep.
if you're, you know what I
Right.
mean? Like
Yeah.
the whole thing you just said. Like,
it's
you know,
inspiration.
it is.
Right. So if you go look at DIY women, carpenters, blah, 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 there's a ton.
Yeah.
There's a lot. And so, and that's where I get inspired by them. But I also think that like to you, that would be super intimidating. Like you'd see that and you'd be like, oh, cool, she's awesome, but I would never do that.
Right, but I
And
might get an
so-
idea from it and then
Right.
I could hire
Tell
someone
somebody
to
to do it. Yes, absolutely.
Emily, you can do stuff. You do some stuff. I mean, even just pulling weeds. A lot of people wouldn't do that. And pressure washing. She
Oh,
pressure
sure.
washes.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I'm
You
not
do more
afraid
than
of
the average
grunt-
person.
No.
Yeah.
I
listen,
saw a
am-
picture of you holding a leaf blower.
Yes.
Yeah.
Every morning, honey. Every morning.
Yeah.
I am not afraid of grunt work.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of getting dirty. That's not it. It's just like that. Oh, if someone was like, build a bed, I would be like, okay,
F
where's
off.
the sleeping? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know how to build a bed. Like, I am
Right.
not afraid to work or
Yeah.
get dirty or
Right,
sweaty or swamp ass. I'm not afraid to do any of that. But like when I think about it's because I don't know anything about that. Like it's not you don't have to have, a great level of intelligence to pick weeds.
Right.
You have to be super
In
OCD
design,
to do
yeah.
that for 5.5 hours.
I
But
think that the main thing is kind of like telling you, okay, if you were to go to the hardware store and buy your own like starter toolbox or bag, whatever you want to carry
Yeah.
around, like what would be in it? And you need just like some simple starter things to do some very simple things around the house, so you don't have to call somebody and pay them $400
right.
for even coming
No,
to your
yeah,
house.
I hear you.
And that's kind of where I would probably start by trying to help people
You have
learn.
a quick little list.
Yeah.
What's in your starter kit?
My toolkit.
Yeah.
Okay,
for
so
a
for a
mom,
starter,
Yeah, this is a great little
what's in a
resource.
mom's toolkit? Okay, well, you would want a measuring tape. You would want a level, a pencil. I mean, you don't think about a pencil, you want a pencil. You want a power drill, battery powered, lithium, easy,
Okay.
the charger, and a stud finder. That would be big. And then with that drill, you want your drill bits and you want your screwdriver bits.
Okay.
I
Okay.
feel so silly saying all that. That's what you could really do a lot around your house with. And then if you wanted to get more, I don't know,
Like next level.
next level, you could get like a little circle saw in there, a little
Ooh.
sawzall. You can do anything with that type of stuff. So yeah,
Okay.
super cool.
Yeah.
You could.
I think you're super talented, and
It's amazing.
and I'm so glad that you're
Aw,
Julie's
thanks,
best
guys.
friend.
Me too.
Me too.
And I'm so glad you came in here and talked to
Y'all are
us
awesome.
and celebrated Julie's birthday with us. And
Yay.
Thanks for
yeah,
having
and
me.
let us. And I'm glad you told me she wasn't just super nice. She's
Well,
just
and-
regular nice. She's just regular
Yeah,
nice.
I have to say, even like I've always admired Julie, knowing what she wants to do since I've known her.
Oh yeah.
I mean, always sports, always
Yeah.
communications based, like sports broadcaster. She's always loved the Rangers, and so anyway, I
Look at her
really
now.
admire
She's killing
that.
it with
Yeah,
her own podcast,
she's got.
Well,
among other things.
thanks
It's
for
amazing.
Emily for doing it too
I know.
with me. Because everything else has gone by the wayside, and I still got it. We still have this. We still have the mom game. Long
okay,
live the
anything
mom
else?
game.
Sorry, I feel like I dominated your best friend because
No,
I wanted
that was
to know all
great.
about that because you know a lot of that stuff. Obviously.
Yeah.
about her.
No,
You
that
know
was
about
awesome.
her,
That was
so-
great.
I didn't embarrass you.
No. My
I
mom will be
could.
mad about the buying the booze thing, but whatever.
Ooh, sorry, Anne.
Sorry,
But
Ann.
whatever. Yeah, no, I just think Jessie's like just awesome. She's one of the best moms I know.
Aw.
If not the best. Like she's just
Sweet.
awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna cry, but
Made
like
me cry again.
well, it's hard. It's all hard. That's what we have this show for. It's hard.
Yeah.
Work life balance kids and to like see what you've been able to do. And just like to stop that after working so hard and being so smart and like pouring into your family, I think is really amazing. I'm
Aw.
gonna cry. It's just really awesome. And so I try to like learn from you and trying to do more of that myself now too. Without my
think-
big job.
And I think that's what it's all about, right? Is
Yeah.
like surrounding yourself with people who you can learn from. Like
Right.
when none of us have it all figured out, for fuck's sake. Like, anything you can get, any sort of little,
Yeah.
like I love the whole blocking out time for yourself. Like that's something I could absolutely implement into my life and make it better, not just for me, but for everyone around me.
Right.
Like, that's what we're all trying to figure this shit out. Like, let's share all we can and
Yeah.
take stuff that from, your story and my story that'll work for here and there. And not everything will, and not everyone's the same. And all the dynamics are different. But yeah, if we can, that's what, like Julie said, this is what we try to do.
Yeah.
Is,
Everybody
have
has a great story to tell. Like it doesn't have
Yeah.
to be the most famous person in Dallas. Like it can
No.
be someone like Jessie, like who has or anybody. Like everyone has a great story to tell, and we can piece it all together to try to figure out momhood.
Absolutely.
So-
Absolutely. Okay.
I love it.
Well, Jessie, thank you so much for being with us.
welcome.
Happy
Thank you for
birthday,
having me.
Julie.
Yay,
Thank
happy
you.
birthday.
I love
Great
you. I love
birthday.
you.
Love y'all
Love
both.
you. Love you.
Eat some
Okay.
cake.
Love you, Julie.
Good. Yeah, everybody does, doesn't they? Especially next to me. Okay. Oh, your camera's right there, Jessie. We look in the camera, we throw up the peace signs, we say mom game out to end every episode. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3.
Mom game out.
And happy birthday, Julie.
The Mom Game is proud to partner with local Geico offices, Victoria Elliott, proudly serving your local community.